Hey everybody, Craig Cottle, Director of Nature Line School, coming to you today to talk about how to hold a knife. We talk about this a lot in bushcrafting. We talk about it a lot in camping and safety and stuff of that nature. But today, for Tactical Tuesday, I want to discuss how to hold a knife if you need to use it for your self-defense. So the first thing I want to point out, it doesn't matter if you got a hand-forged blade like I've got here, you've got a BHK. One of the things that I recommend if you're going to carry a knife, even a folder, is that you have something that serves as a hand guard. A hand guard meaning between your hand and the blade itself. So for example, this particular hand-forged blade, which is a fantastic blade, and I use it all the time, if I stab somebody in self-defense with this, it's going to be real easy for my hand to slide right up the blade because there's nothing there really stopping me. Now there's a little finger groove here that'll serve its purpose well as far as gutting a deer, because I've done that a bunch with this knife, cleaning animals, squirrels, bushcrafting, anything that goes along with it. It just doesn't serve very well for self-protection. Now the point I want to make is, I've been doing martial arts for over 20 years now, and there's a lot of things that come out of martial arts that are not really the best for self-defense. The first being is that I've done Japanese swordsmanship for basically 2 decades. And one of the things that you do in Japanese swordsmanship is you always hold the blade in your hand like this. And the reason you did that is because you were holding a katana and you worked with edged weapons and stuff of that nature for stuff in Japanese martial arts. So the reason a lot of people look to the Japanese for knife training is because, well, they had a civil war that lasted hundreds of years, and in that civil war they used blades basically solely as their means of defense. And so in essence they have hundreds of years of experience utilizing knives and swords, stuff of that nature. This is where they go wrong. Works really well for a weapon that's curved and has the purpose of slicing, but as far as a stabbing instrument, it's not going to be your best choice. And it's my personal opinion, in self-defense, the best methodology is the one that works really well. And what we know works really well is a really simple, what is referred to as an Icepick grip, where instead of having it at this 45-degree angle, you have it at a 90-degree angle to your hand. And so in essence, you have as much of your hand as you possibly can onto the blade, particularly all 4 fingers and the grip of your hand. And so when I use it, I'm going to use it to stab, If I have to, I'll come around if somebody's in close and stab them behind. So in essence, somebody's close quarters, I'm stabbing them in the back here. So in essence, what I'm doing here is I've got a grip. And here's why this is important. When you're used to this and you're used to using a katana or something of that nature, in essence what happens is the person's out there, away from you, at the length of the katana. Okay? In this particular case, where you're close quarters, when you stab, and again, I'm talking about this for self-defense. This is not something I enjoy talking about. But in essence, when you do this, you're going to get blood on your hand. And so when you do that, if you don't have some sort of guard that helps you hang on to this knife and have this hard 90-degree Icepick grip, you're going to run into trouble. So again, that's me coming from a background where I've utilized it like this and even like this for, over 20 years. There's validity in that, and we'll talk about that in another video. But what I want to submit to you, if you're new to defending yourself with an edged weapon, then I suggest getting this Icepick grip and utilizing that. With that said, as always, we would prefer that you not have to stab anyone. So utilize your verbal judo skills, your communication skills to talk your way out of situations. Have observation and awareness so you never get thrust surprised into a situation. And then when and if you get past those two and they haven't worked for you, then we're going to talk about these sort of things so you can defend your life. So with that said, come on, join in. Let's learn together.